What two words, or perhaps phrases, as one of them's two words in itself, do we try to drum into our kids as soon as they begin to talk? Please. Thank you. And what's our response when they comply? Well done. That's encouragement. The word encouragement, of course, is derived from courage. To encourage is to enhance. It's to affirm. It's to build up confidence. And the result is to build up courage, to encourage. Needless to say, the opposite is to discourage, to knock down, to undermine, to deaden courage, and to douse the flame of enthusiasm. Sadly, we live in a world where people are constantly criticised. Dare I say, our politicians are some of the worst offenders. We wouldn't have done it that way. You can't do that. And all too often that criticism is made without offering any constructive alternative. The Bible encourages us to encourage one another. As the Amplified Bible puts it in Hebrews 13 verse 4, but continually encourage one another every day, as long as it is called today, and where there is opportunity, so that none of you will be hardened by the deceitfulness of sin, its cleverness, its delusive glamour, and its sophistication. Encourage one another daily. Some people are given a supersized gift of encouragement, and that includes some within our own congregation, and I'm not going to name those who, where you come on the spectrum, that would not be encouraging. But the gift of encouragement is so vital to the work of the church that we should all eagerly desire more of it. Perhaps as with any other giftings, it's not a matter of lacking the gift, but lacking the courage and the commitment to use it. Each and every one of us should be involved in encouragement, in encouraging one another. It's one of our chief defense mechanisms against spiritual warfare. Why? Because the devil uses disappointment and discouragement as weapons to stifle our effectiveness as Christians. 1 Thessalonians 5 verses 11 and 14, therefore encourage one another and build each other up, just as in fact you are doing. Make sure that nobody pays back wrong for wrong, but always strive to do what is good for each other and for everyone else. Let's face it, we all like to be encouraged. Okay, we know what encouragement is, but how about mercy? How would you describe mercy and the outworking of mercy? Mercy means valuing relationships over rules. It means putting people before policies. It means putting others' needs before procedures. It means choosing love over law. Romans 13:10 says, love fulfills the requirements of God's law. That's mercy. Love fulfills the requirements of God's law. When Jesus was discussing the law in relation to the Sabbath with the Pharisees, he declared, "I tell you that something greater than the temple is here. If you had known what these words mean, 'I desire mercy, not sacrifice,' you would not have condemned the innocent. For the Son of Man is Lord of the Sabbath." Some things, says Jesus, are more important than law or ritual. I desire mercy, not sacrifice. Jesus showed us what it means to be merciful. He healed the sick, he welcomed the stranger, he pardoned those who had persecuted and killed him. Jesus Christ is the face of God's mercy. Jesus declared, "I have not come to call the righteous, but sinners." Mercy is a gift that you can give to someone else. It's a gift that you can give to someone who is suffering. You see, mercy is a noun of action. It's more than having compassion. You can have compassion and do nothing. It's more than empathizing. You can empathize but do nothing. Mercy is an action. It's the response to having compassion. It's the response to having empathy. Mercy sets the wrongdoer free from the fear of punishment. Mercy gives a helping hand to someone in difficulty. Mercy is being patient. Mercy offers encouragement. Mercy helps build self-esteem. Mercy is love in action. You and I have been set free by the mercy that Jesus showed through his life, his death, his resurrection. How could we not do likewise? Never thought of mercy as being a spiritual gift? Well, it's there in Romans chapter 12 and verse 8. If your gift is to show mercy, do it with gritted teeth. No, do it cheerfully. Okay, we move on to service. And frankly, the outworking of this gift is pretty obvious, isn't it? Remember another biblical saying, it's more blessed to give than to receive. And that's just what service in biblical terms is. It's giving of ourselves, our time, our skills, our money to help others. As I mentioned at the outset, when we're talking of spiritual gifts, we can often focus on the more demonstrative gifts, like speaking in tongues and healing and prophecy. But let's be in no doubt, they are great gifts, fantastic gifts, extensively used in our worship of God. But the less demonstrative gifts are used in evangelism. As we already know, the body is made up of many parts, and we're all essential for the smooth running of that body. You see, it's absolutely vital that we build relationship with people in order to win them for Christ. I cannot wait for the day when this building is ready for us to serve our community, to give words of encouragement, to participate in acts of mercy. The gifts of encouragement, mercy, service are vitally important. and I can do no more than reiterate Paul's words that we eagerly desire all the spiritual gifts. So in closing, I want to issue with a challenge, all of us actually with a challenge. Let's challenge ourselves to smile more. How often do you walk into a room and see glum faces everywhere? Let's smile at our neighbour, at the checkout cashier, at the ticket collector, the school teacher. Perhaps even smile at your spouse, your children, your parents. It's a small action, but it can have a huge impact. Let's practice acts of kindness. Take a moment to help someone else, possibly open the door for someone else, and remember to smile as they go through. Let's motivate others, offering words of encouragement to lift someone's spirits. Let's use positive language. Hey, you did it, well done. Let's make time to bond with family and friends. Life is so busy. There's always something to do. But relationships are vital. Let's make time to cultivate them. Let's speak encouraging words. It seems nothing is ever good enough for some people, doesn't it? And everyone comes up short of expectations. Instead of dwelling on the negatives, offer encouragement. Let's show mercy. Let's be prepared to accept an apology, to forgive and to move on. Let's share a hug or a handshake. Yes, I know COVID has made this very difficult. And I'm not suggesting, guys, you go out of here and you hug every woman down the high street, but you know what I mean. Let's be polite. Let's say please and thank you at every opportunity. Gratitude should never be left unspoken. Let's nurture time to listen. That's a sure way to build relationship. And it's initially through building relationships that we can share our love of Jesus Christ. Encouragement, mercy, service. They're vitally important gifts in our spiritual armory to combat the work of evil, the work of the devil. Let's eagerly desire them.